Random.
All right. Hello and good evening, wrestling fans, and welcome to AIWF Ringside Wrestling. I am Matt Carter, being joined as always by Commissioner Rick Diesel and AIWF Hall of Famers Brian and Reagan Danzig. Good evening, everybody. How are you doing this week?
Well, as long as you ask.
Yes.
I'm doing rather crappy.
Yeah, for those of you listening, Rick
and
Diesel
how this thing works will determine how long I stay on here today.
Yeah, for those of you listening, Rick Diesel has a giant patch on his left eye. We think that he looks quite the Long John Silverish from Treasure Island, but so insert pirate jokes here. But I don't know. I'm no oculist, but I think you got something on your eye that needs to be treated.
Well, best we can tell by just having various people gaze into my left eye. We think there's a scratch on my, what is they call it, cornea, whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that can be repaired. I don't know.
Will it not just heal?
I don't know. You should see an eye doctor. You shouldn't ask people on a wrestling show for advice about it.
No, you don't need to ask Facebook. You don't need to ask a podcast. You need to ask a licensed professional.
Yeah, I try to stay in my lane on that, but I know I'm a big baby when it comes to pain like that. You know, that's why I'm an announcer, not a wrestler.
Quit being gushy, like mushy and then like watery and slurpy. That would help a lot.
Gross.
Yeah, that's pretty gross. All right.
Not as gross as when you used to show me your polyps in your nose.
I after about 3 surgeries, I hadn't had them in a long time. So.
I remember when you had the first surgery. That was a long time ago. Yeah, but you felt so much better after that. I knew it was a good thing. Yeah,
pretty cool.
It was nice to be able to breathe. I know, man. I've been fighting bronchitis.
That's what I can see. I don't know how long I wear this thing. It's very sweaty under it.
Yeah. Well. Anyway, so Ryan and Reagan, Brian and Reagan, let's try this again.
Ryan and Reagan?
Yeah, Ryan and Reagan. That's exactly what I said.
Okay.
And I had this whole joke set up, but the timing's off, and fuck it. Okay, they were unable to be with us last night because they were down in Raleigh at the Bug Festival. So how was that?
By the way.
How was that?
It's fun. It's really, if you have kids who like bugs, it's the best place to go. And then we ate food with bugs in it. So I had some chicken salad with some crickets in it.
Then it wasn't chicken salad, unless it just tastes
it was chicken salad and crickets. I had some banana pudding with crickets, some butter pecan ice cream with crickets.
And my eyes gross.
Yeah, and curry rice with worms, and then cake pops with crickets. No, with mealworms. Mealworms. Everything was good except for the chicken salad, but it wasn't the taste. It was the texture of the legs and the
crunchy crickets. Oh,
yeah, because the cricket chicken salad, it was just crickets.
Yeah,
like they were just crickets with some mayo and some chicken. But I just didn't look at it. And ate it. It was fine.
So
I can't say anything. I ate balut on a bet once. So.
Oh my God! While you were in the Philippines?
Yeah, when I was there in 2009. Yeah.
Oh my God! I don't think I could do that.
But did you eat the crickets?
Yes.
No, I'm not finished. I'm only halfway there. Did you eat the crickets because you wanted to, or because you did it for the kid?
I wanted to.
Okay.
So what they have is they have a little tent set up, and you can go get little things of the food and like samples.
Like Sam's Club.
Yes. So it's like Sam's Club
of insects.
So let's see. I sent Matt a picture of my plate. If anybody cares.
Oh, that is
was
interesting.
It crawling?
Yeah. No,
everything was dead.
Everything was dead. It just looked like food. Like
It does look like food. Hang on a second. I'm going to show this to everybody.
I'll send you the one where you can kind of see the cricket in the chicken salad.
There it is. So it doesn't look too bad.
No. See the little.
There's a leg hanging out of it.
Yeah, it's the chicken salad was.
Even I can see that.
The chicken salad was the most difficult to eat, but everything else was.
It looks like it.
It was just ground up, and the little black specks in the rice are the mealworms and stuff. So.
What's the yellow stuff?
That's a better picture of the rice with the worms. It's curry rice.
It's hot.
So,
yeah, I did it both for the kids and I wanted to experience it. It was just a new experience.
Well, I'm glad you have experience with worms and bugs. I quit doing that when I was like 6.
Oh yeah, you can see the cricket head right there in his little antenna, and there's one over under that other piece of chicken
peeking up,
out beside the tomato.
Yeah, that's peeking. Right it's peeking up at you.
Looks like that's part of one right there.
Yeah, it is. That's like the head, and its antenna. And
poor bugs.
Yeah, well, they're more ethically sourced than probably most other meat. So
it's considered meat.
Yeah, it's protein. But yeah, so and then like I said, the bottom one is the rice with the little worms in it. But yeah, it was fun. Mm-hmm. It was a lot of fun. They get to touch, bugs and stuff like that. It's free, so it's also a good thing that they do at the Science Museum in Raleigh. So
no truth to the rumor that the slogan for the Bug Festival this year was "When in doubt, step on it."
No, they'd not advocate for stepping on them, but it was fun,
all in the name of science, but look, if those of you out there's some of you, I know there's some assholes out there that are being real judgy right now. If you ever eat shrimp, shrimp's basically a bug. Prawns are bugs.
It said if you're allergic to shellfish, not to eat the bugs. So that means they're like the same damn thing.
Well, yep. I can see how a roach and a shrimp can be both crustaceans.
I think that's why I've been sick to my stomach since yesterday.
Yeah, I don't know if a roach. I don't know. Roaches are tough. I'll say that, but they say they can survive a nuclear blast. I don't know how they found that out, but
they microwaved one.
Yeah. Well, we didn't eat a roach. We ate crickets and mealworms. So.
Yes. Yeah. Well,
if
don't they have a tendency to really pick up a lot of dirt and bacteria because of the way their legs are?
Yes.
Yeah. And so,
but I'm sure these are probably raised specifically for eating. They're probably farmed. I'm sure they don't catch them out in the wild.
And it's not like I'm gonna if the world ever ends and we're thrown into a dystopian society.
Oh, it's coming. It's coming. The clock's ticking.
Now I know I can eat a cricket. I can eat the worms. I can eat.
You can go to the restaurant in your basement.
Yeah. So.
Just set you up a table, a couple candles. Yeah. Snatch them right off the wall.
Mm-hmm. And so, now we're just preparing ourselves for the dystopia.
Yeah. Well, any of the rest of you out there that are interested in preparing for the soon to come dystopia, the CDC has a web page about that. Also, there's one with the federal government that'll tell you how to survive a nuclear blast. So, yeah.
There's also one for how to survive a zombie attack.
Yes.
There used to be.
Which might be where I'm headed right now.
That's true.
Zombie.
They say it starts in the eyes.
Well, it did in that movie 28 Days Later. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that's how a bird shit in your
I'm
eye,
on day 3.
Turn into a zombie. So, well, let's hope Rick Diesel didn't turn into a zombie, So, when's the next date we're running, Rick Diesel?
October 7th.
No, brains. No, Rick, I need you to focus. Send more ambulances.
He probably would have a thing for that girl in Return of the Living Dead, the punk girl. That seems like his type.
The one that was that got naked for like no reason. Yeah.
Yeah. She was just naked the whole at the beginning.
Probably have a conversation with her, about whatever. Me and her might see eye to eye on a couple of things.
Yeah. Wonder what she looks like.
I'm gonna be full of them tonight, by the way, just so you know. And if you see anything drooping down my cheek, just let me know, because sometimes I miss it.
Oh wow.
Now that I've took the patch off.
Well, let's all encourage Rick Diesel to see a doctor very soon.
Yes.
So I'm telling you, you go to an eye doctor, they probably got some drops right there in the office, like blink, 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 and you'll be all better the next day.
Well, I might do that. I got an eye doctor that I go to, so, but considering that this happened on like the weekend, there wasn't much I could do about it.
No,
all the urgent cares, and that's all like, well, we can look at it, but we really don't have the tools to treat it.
Yeah. And it's like, what good are you?
Yeah.
Urgent care to me is like an oxymoron, because it's called urgent care, but even if you go online and make an appointment and then go over there, you're still going to wait like 2 hours most of the time.
Hell, if you're the one over here where we live, it's like 6 hours.
Yeah.
On the weekends.
Incredible.
AIWF presents complaining about the healthcare system.
Yep, that's right.
That's what we do.
Complain. Let's see here. So we did have a big match last night, a big TV taping. We got 3 in the can.
You can see a picture that I found shocking from that ski mask fellow that showed up.
Yes, LD. He was listed as El Diablo, but it turned out to be somebody we were familiar with, and I'm going to get into that rather quickly here. Excuse me. Let's see.
Yeah, because of that, we now have a new world champion. It is a world.
Oh, did I lose your?
Oh, he lost his sound. Rick Diesel, your sound went out for some reason. Try again. Can y'all see the slideshow?
I can. Yes.
All right. So this is AIWF Ringside Wrestling for AIWF Ringside Wrestling for September 17th. Look for us on Instagram. You search AIWF Mid-Atlantic Wrestling and Diesel, DEEZEL 247. That's where we're at on Insta, as I try to sound hip, and I'm not. Pushing 50, y'all. I ain't hip no more. I don't even know if I was ever hip. I used to do good at Rock and Roll Jeopardy back in the 90s. But if we played it now and they covered topics from the last 20 years, I'd be toast. You can find me on X, or what used to be Twitter, at Mad Matt Concord. I'm going to post, if I can find it, I'm going to post a real funny video of a dog barking at a guy in a window. And you're thinking, well, that sounds kind of random and corny, but.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes, we can, loud and clear.
I had to go out and come back. I don't know. It just, you know what I'm saying? What was we talking about?
A dog in a window. But no, I'm just kidding. Here we go. So anyway, I'm just doing our social media stuff. All right.
Oh, which, by the way, I have started using the Instagram again now. So when you give that address, it means something again.
All right.
And I got a by God TikTok. It just says random user. I don't have to put the name on it. So
you'll figure it out. Just, I would say if you're going to set up a TikTok, do it from your desktop, not the app on. Okay. All right. So anyway, we'll see how the TikTok thing goes, but the women's tournament,
TikTok, Twitter, Instagram. I don't know. I'm like a Kardashian now.
I need to find out if Twitter will let you upload videos. The Elon Musk.
It will.
Send out a message. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I did.
They have to be short. I think they have to be short.
Well, see, he was saying, he put now look, I'm not going to get in a political discussion, but this does involve a political figure. He was saying that Tucker Carlson had single digits in the millions of viewers when he was on Fox. Since he moved his content to X, that it's like more than doubled. So that leads me to believe that you can do like full length videos, but do you have to pay for that service?
I don't know, but I do know that Tucker Carlson has videos that's like 2 hours long, and he's got one that's got 265 million views.
Right. But then I'd also heard that they're a little bit sneaky about their viewer count. If you're scrolling and you see the video as you're scrolling, they count that as a view.
Oh,
so not necessarily. So the number of people who actually sat and watched even a portion of the video is nowhere near what they're saying. Of people
now I can see that
got their eye on it for like 2 seconds as they were scrolling through their feed.
I can see that. Because if y'all remember, there used to be a wrestling promoter in Rockingham County that found a way to buy views on his YouTube channel.
Really?
Oh, yeah. That's a lot of YouTube people, when they first get started, they will buy like 1,000 viewers.
He was having thousands of views, and it turned out that he found a way to buy them.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all know him.
Oh, I'm sure.
Is it? Never mind.
But that's a pretty common thing. I mean,
he was the short one that brought in the names, not the big one.
not to say that it's an honest thing to do, but it's a very common thing. For people on YouTube to simply buy subscribers to drive up their numbers to get their videos seen more.
Well, here at the AIWF, we do not do those nefarious things, and I will be happy to show it on screen if needed. But let me give you an update on the Ringside Wrestling YouTube channel. We are at 966 subscribers. Somebody left because we had 967 this morning. So,
bastards.
Maybe it's over this riveting bug.
Yeah.
There's not the bug.
Bug talk, fucking eye pus. We're just talking about everything here. But we're approaching 1,000, and I'm so happy with that. And
on your subscribers?
Yeah, we're almost to 1,000 subscribers. So
let me see what the AIW, because I fired the AIWF Mid-Atlantic YouTube back up too.
Yes, we're going to have 2 YouTube channels. They're going to have a lot of the same content, but there's going to be a lot that's going to be exclusive to one or the other coming up soon. So stay tuned for news from that. We are real excited about this because.
Well, listen, I'm going to tell you right now. I'm trying to figure, where do you find that at, Matt? How many subscribers you got?
Click on your little icon at the top right of your screen, and it'll take you to your own page or your own channel, and it'll show you the stats.
Oh, your channel? Well, that's what I meant. Well, it says this one's got 2,300 subscribers.
Well, you ought to be able to monetize that then.
Well, if I never figure out how to quit getting popped for copyright.
I'll tell you.
But I'm working on it. I am working on it.
Yeah. Anyway, look, guys, the women's world title tournament got underway last night. Clara and Amanda Kiss had a hell of a match. Oh my goodness. Clara came out on top, but I'm telling you what, the last time I saw Amanda Kiss wrestle compared to this time, holy crap, what a difference. I'm telling you, man, she gave Clara all she could handle. I'm telling you, it was freaking awesome. Let me see if I can find, I've got some highlights here that we shot with a fan cam. And I'll try to show them to you. Let's put it up here like so. Okay, I don't know. Can y'all see it?
I got to talk in code to you for a minute.
Y'all see this?
The next time, remind me the next time we're together to tell you about the conversation I had with somebody about Two Table George.
Oh Lord.
Okay, I will. I don't know that that's very encoded.
Oh, it wasn't?
No, everybody in the country knows. Well, anybody that mixed up in wrestling. But here's the beginning. Look at these two.
Wow.
That poor TW Rose had to just get the hell out of the way because they locked horns. And this was a rough battle. And it was so high intensity, it was just incredible. Amanda Kiss has come a long way in a short amount of time. And you see, Daddy-O, they were firing live rounds in this match. I'm telling you, an excellent display by both ladies. And and this is just the very beginning of the match, I actually was afeared that the file would be too big and I wouldn't be able to catch it on YouTube. So I stopped filming about 2 minutes into the match. And that was the dumbest shit I did all last week because the match was so intense. It didn't last long. I don't think it went 10 minutes, but it was absolutely fantastic. And Amanda Kiss has got nothing to feel bad about losing that match. She put up one hell of a damn fight.
Well, I was very glad when we was able to secure her a position in this tournament because I knew, win or lose, that she was going to be very good for the tournament because she has come so far in the last year.
Yeah, I mean, Jinky told me, and you know, Jinky is not crazy about wrestling, but when she saw Amanda Kiss, the first thing she was like, "Gosh, she's big." She is. She's got the size. She's got a good look. Got the athletic ability. You know, she's a Virginia girl, which, you know, gives her bonus points in my book. But, you know, I'm telling you, she's impressive. And I don't know. She sticks with it, man. She's got the potential to be a big star in this business one day. So just my opinion. Yeah. But anyway, Clara won the match, advanced to the finals, proceeded to come over and have an interview with me. And I suffered a pulled microphone in the incident, and I'll be sending you a bill, Clara. And you'll get to see that on the Mid-Atlantic shows coming up over the next few weeks. And just berated the fans. She's furious about losing the Mid-Atlantic women's title, but she's determined to win the world title. And make no mistake about it, whoever the winner is in Wichita next week is going to have a hard road to hoe when the finals roll around, because Clara is chomping at the bit, man. She wants gold. She wants it bad.
Well, and I do know that once we figure out who's coming out of Kansas, that's honestly when the hardest part of this tournament's going to be, because we want the finals to be in West Virginia. We've already discussed that, but now we've got to get West Virginia dates, Clara dates, and Kansas dates all lined up. And these girls in Kansas and Clara are both freaking really traveling a lot now. So, but as soon as we get, you know, everything squared away, we'll let you know. And who knows? We might even, wouldn't it be neat? We get a van or something and all pile up and go to the finals in West Virginia and carry a bunch of fans from Mount Airy up there. That'd be cool.
That'd be a lot of fun. Yeah.
I mean, you know what?
We get a hotel in Bluefield.
Oh my God, we rent the whole top floor
and take a whole bunch of liquor in there.
But I mean, fans that like Clara or not, she would be representing us and the East Coast, and I think we would need to go, you know, cheer her on. Does that make sense?
Yes, because we always talk about. Remember when Ty Tyson was world champion? We talked about how nice it was to have one of the world champions in the Mid-Atlantic area. Yes. Same way with the Sioux dudes before they imploded. And boy, there was a lot of drama in that particular ballpark last night that you're going to be seeing over the next few weeks. It is nice to have, you know, people that, you know, are Mid-Atlantic territory guys and girls with world championships. You know?
Like her or hate her. I mean, you know, she's ours.
Right. Yeah. No matter what you think of her, she does represent AIWF Mid-Atlantic, and to have one of our own holding a world title is good for us. So,
which we have, but that's another story, right, Matt?
Yes.
The more we have, the more world titles we have held in the Mid-Atlantic area, the better.
Well, the thing about it is with Clara and whoever she faces out of Kansas, we know what's coming. The other world title that we picked up last night was completely out of the blue.
Out of nowhere. And
so, I was shocked by that from the pictures that I saw.
Well, everybody in the building was, Reagan, because the way it broke down was Benny Conley came to the ring with a friend of his, some guy named Jeff I'd never seen before, but he looked like he's a pretty big boy. I think he's probably wrestled a time or two.
And I feel like he surfed a time or two.
Maybe. But I don't know.
I don't know how much surfing you can do out of West Virginia, but
I don't know, man. The New River is pretty brutal up there in some places. If you could surf the New River, much less go down in a canoe or kayak, but how hardcore is that? If you
he looks like if he went down the New River in a kayak, he'd do it standing up.
Yeah, he's but they came to the ring.
By the way, the eye's getting better. I'm on the upswing now. So.
All right, it's because you're talking about wrestling. It's so all right. Here's what happened for those of you who weren't there, and I do not have footage on it because honestly, it happened so fast. I didn't have time to get the camera out. I was standing there with my mouth open. You know, if anybody was going to call me a dumbass mouth breather, last night would have been the night, especially during that match. Benny Conley came to the ring, said he was issuing an open challenge for the shoot fighting championship. Then Split came out to the ring, the new masked, I don't want to call him sensation because I'm just happy. I'm kind of just happy he doesn't have a spinal cord injury yet, but it's probably coming. But Split starts coming out to the ring, and then this guy in a mask, dressed all in black, that I had been told was called El Diablo, that I understood was going to be debuting sometime that night, but I didn't know anything about him, came out, hit Split from behind, beat him down, stood on his neck at ringside. I don't know if you saw that, Rick Diesel, but that was pretty.
No, believe it or not, I missed it.
Right, fucking gnarly.
It's not my fault. I should have minions that are able to deal with if I'm not there.
No, that was another eye.
Oh yeah, never mind.
I must have been looking a different direction.
Well, I kind of, when I saw El Diablo back in the back, I cracked a joke because he kind of reminded me of a Hamburglar. But after what he did to Split, I felt bad.
That might be a Freudian slip.
Lord God, if he ever gets a tag team partner called Swallow, we're gonna have a problem.
Split and Swallow. That's like the new version of Divide and Conquer, right?
Oh God.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Anyway, El Diablo just stood on Split's neck with both feet at ringside on the concrete floor for about 15, 20 seconds. Enough to, what's the word the police use when they get a suspect neutralized? Subdued. Yeah, subdued, because they didn't want him interfering in the match. So finally they got some medical attention, got Split out of there, got El Diablo in the corner before in the ring before we could make an announcement, anything. Reggie called for the bell. It was an open challenge. So, and then this guy, El Diablo, grabs Benny Conley in a mandible claw and took him down. And for anybody, you kids out there, if you do not realize how devastating a hold of mandible claw is, Google it, look how to do it. And then tomorrow morning when you're at the bus stop, put it on one of your friends and watch how fast their knees get turned to jelly and they go down.
These two, right? Or it's these two?
Billie Holiday used these fingers on me.
Okay.
No. Thumb under the chin.
That was the middle ones.
It might be.
I thought it was these, yeah, because I think it like this.
It's the middle.
Either way, the
only use these two.
Yeah, the thumb does the damage. That's what a lot of people don't realize. Yeah, the thumb going into your gullet underneath your jaw is what will neutralize you. And then Benny Conley's friend threw in the towel. And then off came the mask, and it's JAC, and he is the new world's shoot fighting champion. And what that means is it's right in his wheelhouse with his mixed martial arts background.
Yes.
Because the shoot fighting matches are 3 5-minute rounds. You score points by gaining pinfall submissions or knockouts. And if the match reaches the end, it can be stopped by throwing in a towel or referee stoppage as well. It's just a little more structured. It's just not one fall 20 minutes, wrestle till somebody wins. You know, there's timeouts built in. It's like, if you like NASCAR, it's kind of like stage racing for pro wrestling. So where did Rick Diesel go? He just dropped out of the screen. Hope he's all right. But anyway, so we have a new champion. His name is Jack.
I think this is the perfect title for Jack. I mean, it's like this title was made for him.
Mm-hmm.
No, and I don't know if I should be proud or concerned.
Both. I think it should be both. But the thing is with Jack, it's like he's like a cat. He has 9 lives, and he always lands on his feet. You think it's like he loses a title, he gets another title. You know, it's just. I mean, he's just very talented in that way. So it's yeah, it's like you.
It's almost like losing.
Yeah,
it's almost like losing that belt to Justin Flash. Just set him free.
Mm-hmm.
I think
to climb the ladder even farther.
I think it did, because we were talking about leading up to that match, how much pressure he was on, and he kind of started acting like a little bit of a lunatic. Last night, he was very calculating. It reminded me of when he first won the Mid-Atlantic title, how he was really thinking things through and all that kind of stuff. And I wanted to interview him after the match, but he took the microphone. He wanted to address the crowd in a very personal type way. And we do have footage of this, and I want to show it to you. We'll take a look and a listen at JAC.
Y'all listen.
Oh, Lord. All right.
Hey,
so
you can't joke about it.
Yeah, I know. All right. So you guys, can you see the picture?
Yes.
All right. Let's roll this thing and see what he has to say.
Listen.
Whoa. Where'd it go?
Sorry, my fault. Hang on. I had a
Gremlins.
technical issue. Let me re-rack it and we'll try this again. Sorry about that. Sorry, folks. We're working on that Marconi. Just give us time.
For most improved.
Listen.
He should have expected that reaction.
I lost the AIW Mid-Atlantic Championship. Fact. I had you people texting me, messaging me, and you telling me how happy you are that I lost. So to me, you people are the same type of people like David Parrish. You are jealous, you are envious, because for a year I carried this damn company on my back. None of those boys can touch me. And now, you're texting what? I've done commercials. Justin Flash has never done a damn commercial in his life. But me, I've done commercials on national television. I have fought on national television. I am the greatest AIWF Mid-Atlantic Heavyweight Champion of all time. And now, I truly do have the whole damn world in my hands. So for the people that think I'm going to stop, for the people that want to cry on me when I'm down, guess what? There's always a plan, because, frankly, I'm the greatest thing in North Carolina ever.
There you have it. Thoughts, comments?
Well, you can't argue with results.
No.
You know,
that was my words almost exactly.
Like I said, you think he's down, you think he's out, and then he just comes right back and wins a world title. So
yeah, and here's the publicity picture that was sent out earlier today of him with it, and that is a world championship. So I know he's after the world, the AIWF World Heavyweight Championship, but this is a big deal. This is a really big deal.
Well, I mean,
and like we said, it's a title that really fits his style, seeing as how he has competed in MMA before. So the shoot fighting style and the rounds, he has a lot of experience with that, whereas a lot of pro wrestlers don't. So he's gonna have an edge over a lot of his opponents.
And if you think about it, it's all. Oh, go ahead, Rick Diesel.
If he wanted a world title, he got the world title that is made for him.
Mm-hmm.
In his mind, that's probably the equivalent of the world heavyweight title, because it is a world title. Just in a different division. So technically, I mean, you can make the argument that they are equal.
Yeah, and this is going to be because of all that and this. He has it's only a 15-minute time limit that he defends his title. Think about it. I mean, 3 5-minute rounds, right?
Yeah.
So it's not like one fall to a finish. No, you got to get it. You got to score more falls than him inside 15 minutes. I know there's a rest period between rounds, but like you guys say, with his MMA experience and stuff like that, man, it really stacks the deck. I was been sitting here thinking while I'm watching football today, like, trying to think of anybody that could give Jack a run for his money at this title. And right now, I can't think of anyone. Can you guys? Anybody that's currently on the roster? Or
no, because to be honest with you, this title was defended at the anniversary show by a guy who I can't remember his background. I don't know if it was MMA or martial arts.
Martial arts. It was.
Is that what it was?
Yep.
And Benny Conley beat him for the title. And Jack beat Benny Conley in not minutes.
Less than 10 seconds, just about.
Right. So the closest that I could think of that could give Jack a run at this point, Jack destroyed the guy that beat him.
Yeah. So he might be stuck with Jack as a world shoot fighting champion for a while, wrestling fans. So buckle up, buttercups. I mean,
yeah. Learn to live with it. Learn to love it, because you might have to live with it for a while.
Well, what I would be interested to see if he could do some more of these lightning quick wins, because I mean, I hated it for Benny Conley, but it was done in spectacular fashion, right? Remember when Ronda Rousey was in the UFC and like she would go in there and knock those other girls out like in 15, 20 seconds and the place would just go crazy? There's something exciting about that. Like when Mike Tyson was in his heyday and was knocking people out in a minute and a half. I mean, you kind of felt like buyer's remorse because you bought this pay-per-view, but in the moment it was pretty cool,
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, the only thing I can think is, with this being a world title and him having to go to, all over the country to defend it, there may be other people that we don't know that have the mixture of wrestling and martial arts, because there are more guys who kind of do both. They do both mixed martial arts and pro wrestling, and so he may. He's one of the few guys that do that around here, but mixed martial arts isn't that big around here. So pro wrestling is a lot bigger. If he goes into areas of the country where MMA is just as popular or even more popular than pro wrestling, he may run into competitors that have just as much experience or maybe even a little bit more in both wrestling and mixed martial arts.
It's a lot more popular out west, boxing and MMA both, which I mean is understandable because I mean the UFC's headquarters is in Las Vegas. So I don't know. We'll see what's going to happen. It's very, very interesting turn of events last night. That's for sure. A lot more happened. We're going to get into over the weeks. We don't want to tell you too much and spoil the episodes of Mid-Atlantic coming up in the future, because we had a lot of excitement last night. But what we need to do now is we need to pay some bills and tell you about Premier Auto Detailing. Hands down,
Thank
the best.
God you got your voice this week, Matt.
Yeah.
I'm barely hanging in there. I'm going to see a doctor tomorrow. The bronchitis will not go away. So, but anyway, Premier Auto Detailing, hands down the best car cleaning service in town. You need to call 336-883-5722. That number again, one more time, 336-883-5722 for more information. Now, they do auto detailing for personal vehicles. Like we always like to joke, if you've had, Uncle Elroy's truck up on blocks for the last 15 years and you finally got it running and you're going to put the wheels back on it and want to get it cleaned up and take it into town and see if you can't court you a wife. This is the place to call. They can get that thing looking showroom new or as close as possible and chase all those spiders out from under it.
And after you court the wife and you get her, and after 5 years of marriage, you feel like you need to dump her in a ditch, they can clean up the evidence.
Oh my God.
Not really. I'm just saying that.
This is satire.
I don't know if
It's satire.
I don't know.
Satire.
Premier Auto Detailing can clean up a murder scene for you, but I mean, you don't know unless you ask. So,
Well, if they didn't know, you could tell them it was a deer.
Yeah, you could tell them it was a deer.
Satire. I'm glad Reagan just taught me that word.
Hey, but anyway, call them up. They can do fleet service too. So if you got a used car lot, or are you on a business with a bunch of trucks where you do work hauling stuff around? I don't know if they'll do dump trucks and front end loaders and stuff for you. I don't know why you need to clean those up anyway, but either way,
you'd be surprised.
Call 336-883-5722 and Premier Auto Detailing will help you with all your auto cleaning needs in the Mount Airy, Surry County area. And if the price is right, I'm sure they go out even farther. Tees Treats. Shit. All right, hang on. Stop. Reset. Tees Creations. Custom apparel, t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, tumblers, front license plates for those of you who live in North Carolina and don't have to run front plates. All kinds of stuff there all over the internet, the interwebs. teescreations22.com is their website. You can find them at Tees Creations by Allied Apparel on Facebook and on TikTok. They're at Tees Creations. Have they got a sale planned anytime soon, Rick Diesel?
What was that thing that she was telling me the other day? She's all excited because something about a t-shirt with a bunch of different kind of iced coffees on it or something. I don't know. But I don't know. She needs to get her butt on here every once in a while when we do these ads and tell people what's going on. Because I don't know. I try to stay away from her.
She used to call you, you can set your watch to it.
I know.
So, and but that's changed for some reason or another. But anyway,
I sent her a message just now, said we're going to do your ads on the show. So we'll see what happens.
She tries to play it cool. She'll be like, I don't care. But I'll tell you what, if we forget to do one, I'll get a note. But anyway, Tees Creations, let's run over the places you can find them all over the interwebs. It's teescreations22.com. There's no punctuation there, just tscreations22.com. You can find them on Tees Creations by Allied Apparel if you're looking on Facebook, and on TikTok just search Tees Creations, capital T apostrophe S Creations, and you will find them on TikTok. So head on over and tell them hey, and tell them that AIWF Ringside Wrestling sent you. Now, a couple of interesting news and notes around the wrestling world that we're going to cover fairly quickly here, because it's not been a big news week. Oh, by the way, you can reach out to us if you'd like to get an ad like you just heard. $10 a month. That's 4 reads. If we take a couple of weeks off, that ain't on you, pal. You're going to get 4 reads before we send you a bill. And so $10 a month or $6 a week, we'll be glad to help you. We're putting a headlock on high advertising prices. Just reach out to myself, Rick Diesel, online, AIWF20 at hotmail.com, or just grab us at the live event and we'll hook you up. We'll be glad to do it.
Did you see who's in the chat room while we're talking about the shoot fighting title?
No. I didn't see.
AC.
Oh, yeah.
AC, yeah.
Yeah, because he's got a martial arts background.
He does.
Yeah.
Yes.
He has a quite impressive one, if I remember.
Yes. So.
What did he say? I mean,
Somebody's turned the heat on in their house.
It says, I can take him, LOM, laughing my ass off. And it is cold. I'm very cold today.
But you got the Halloween shit going on. And see, I'm glad that you're doing that because I heard Trista talking about decorating for Halloween. And I've already started taking out my decorations. I got the jack-o'-lantern and the little spooky tree and Sam from Trick or Treat. I've got a statue of him and he guards the Halloween candy. Oh, black cat with a pumpkin.
I'm a Maxinista. So I buy all my stuff at TJ Maxx. So
oh God,
it's already out.
You know, there's a version of that in England, right?
TJ Maxx.
Yeah, but it's different. It's like I think it's TK Maxx or something like that.
It's really TikTok's fault because all I watch is Amazon deals, Dollar Tree deals, and TJ Maxx deals.
TJ Maxx is like the store that nightmares made of. My wife loves that store, but I can't stand it.
Ron doesn't like it either, so it must be a man thing.
Yeah.
You don't like TJ Maxx and you hate the Titanic, and so everybody's eating.
No. I don't have any problem with the Titanic. Those people that died on that ship are terrible. Now that fucking movie.
No, I'm not talking about that real time.
Yes.
I'm not talking about the real time.
Yeah, that goddamn movie.
I'm talking about the movie.
Yeah, fucking. You know, she could have pulled his ass.
I could
up
have been a Leonardo DiCaprio fan if it wasn't for that movie.
Mm-hmm.
If they'd have put out The Revenant first and then the Titanic, I might have been able to. I might have had a different opinion.
It's not that he couldn't fit on the door; is that he didn't want to take the chance of that causing a problem and her dying too.
Yeah. Okay.
She just didn't try.
Yes,
yeah,
exactly. No.
Yeah, he could have at least tried. What if he'd have got up on the door and they would have and it would have been okay?
Yeah.
Like he could have like started pulling and he could have been like no, and then swam off. But no.
She was quick enough to break his fingers and let him sink into the ocean after it froze to
I'll
death.
never let you go. Like 2 seconds later.
Yeah.
You would
my personal opinion is he spent a couple of days with her. He realized she was crazy and death seemed a better option.
He could have been. You know, it ranks right. It's still not as bad as that Pearl Harbor movie. You want to talk about a movie where a sorry ass two-timing bitch doesn't get what's coming to her. The Pearl Harbor movie with Matt Damon and Ben Affleck from the 2000, 2001. Oh my God. That is like the worst. You guys remember that movie?
I haven't seen that movie.
That's a Liv Tyler thing too, ain't it? When
she was in it. Yeah, she was in it. Yeah. So don't.
Yeah, it almost ruined me from looking at her in elf ears.
Almost.
Almost. Not quite.
I still think that Leo DiCaprio's best role was in What's Eating Gilbert Grape. I mean,
he's really good in a movie called Catch Me If You Can.
Yeah, I've heard that
really
too.
Good.
Y'all have not seen The Revenant in a minute?
No.
My God, really?
That was an early 2000s movie, right?
Y'all got to watch that.
No, it's pretty recent.
Is that the one where he fights a bear?
Yeah. Him and Tom Hardy's in it, and where he gets attacked by the bear.
Oh yeah.
Dude, that's so hard to watch. And then he goes through the whole rest of the movie, and he don't even have a lot of dialogue, but my God, he would have won 3 Oscars for that thing. Just one for the bear attack, one for crawling through the damn snow, and one for Indians.
That's I'm telling you, man, that's where like the real, in my opinion, and I've been to Hollywood, I've toured a couple of studios. That's my extent of knowledge as far as acting goes. Rick Diesel now has actually been in plays and movies, and Reagan has too. Y'all got more, but an actor that can act without dialogue, man, that is like the ultimate. Like if you can just act with your face and you don't need to speak, and the real good ones in Hollywood can do that shit, man. You know, Tom Hanks did it in that movie where he was stranded on a desert island with the talking volleyball. Castaway. Yeah. I thought that was a brilliant performance, but hey.
Listen, do me a favor. Y'all just take a minute for a couple of hours and watch it. I can't say it. What is the Revenant? Revenant.
Yeah.
Satire. Watch it. It's a damn good movie.
Change your life.
It will. It change your attitude about old DiCaprio.
Yeah. I did. There's a comedian named Dave Attell who used to call him Leo DiCapricock. Let's see. All right. So a couple of other interesting news and notes to point out around the wrestling world. A rumor has started going around on social media today that Jade Cargill is possibly headed to WWE. I like that. That shows me Jade is serious about the wrestling business, or she thinks she's serious about the wrestling business.
I don't think she knows the wrestling business yet.
I think she's going to find out when she gets to Florida.
Yes, we'll find out.
Fuck around and find out type of deals. Because they're not going to take it easy on her, and they're not going to treat her like a big star. Because when you come to WWE, one thing that everybody has learned when they come there, anything that you accomplished before that don't mean jack shit to them.
No, and even when it's handed to you on a silver platter.
Well, and so Jade, we're going to find out how serious she is if she does decide to go down to Florida. You guys are all experienced wrestlers. Talk to me about, because I mean, Jade had a great look, but I don't think she was that really great of a wrestler. No. And I seen her drop people and knee people in the head and stuff like that. Not hitting moves square and stuff like that. But you guys got in-ring experience. Talk to me about what you think about Jade Cargill.
Well, it could be, just from what I've seen from her, because they put AEW put her in and like put her over immediately. And she has a great look. She looks fantastic. She's good on the mic. So she has a good look, but I do agree. Her wrestling ability was a little low.
Basically, what I'm thinking, this will either make or break her. She'll either go to their performance center and they will teach her how to wrestle, or they'll send her on her way. But either way, she should do this. She should try to make the next step, and she should. I think this is a good move for her.
And it's going to be telling to see if the attitude she has is a real life attitude or I'm
interested to see when they try to teach her, when they try to show her all the things that she don't know, how she's going to react.
Yeah.
Because keep in mind, nobody has really addressed the fact that she lost that belt and immediately was ready to leave.
Mm-hmm.
She just had to wait till her contract run out.
And I followed her on Twitter for a long time, and she was one of those ones that you couldn't tell if what she was saying was part of her character or if it was who she is. So it'll be interesting to see. But if she can get through it and she can get through the training and she can learn from them, she'll be quite the force in the WWE.
I feel like she's gonna have to develop a whole new attitude there.
Yeah, and we'll see. I mean, because again, that's part of it. We've seen a lot of people who have the look and a natural athletic ability, but they have a bad attitude, and that ruins their career.
I mean,
and we've seen it time and time again.
Oh yeah,
you have to have the right attitude. You have to be able to be a team player. at least to a certain extent.
However, I don't know how it's going to go because they just brought back the worst fucking woman wrestler they've ever had on, besides the redheaded one, the skinny redheaded one.
I think Vince done that as a final fuck you to him.
I mean, it was, first of all, you're talking about people that botch moves and injure people.
We're talking about Nia Jax, everybody, just so you know.
I mean, she's a big girl, you know, and so she's got like the power look to her. But you know, I mean, how many botch videos are there of Nia dropping some on their head or breaking their arms, or you know, and then they bring her back. So
or just being very unladylike and unprofessional,
yes.
Like during the pandemic days when she landed on the ring apron, she screamed "my hole."
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Got that bruised hole.
Yeah, so I'm just like, and everybody's like, oh, that's really funny. No, it's not. There are children watching this program. You know, Daddy, what does she mean by her hole? Her butthole, son. She landed right on her butthole and it hurt her. And she screamed it out. So
maybe it was a badge hole and it did hurt.
I don't know, man. If it vibrated around to that far, by the way she landed, I saw that bump. It was.
In my personal opinion,
I'll say cornhole. I vote cornhole on that one.
In my personal opinion, I feel like she had enough cushion down there that ain't neither one of them gonna get hit too hard.
I don't know, man. It looked like the damn metal bar.
That's a lot of layers to go through.
I know, but it looked like the metal bar that, you know, holds up the apron of the ring, you know, was like dead center, you know.
Okay.
I mean, I'm excited because like I think that WWE needs a little bit more variety in their women's division. You know, a lot of them are very pretty, you know, and model like.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that Jade is not attractive. I mean, she is attractive, but like, you know, she looks different. And if they can get her, I could see her, if she can live up to her potential, I could see her and Rhea Ripley like going at it.
Yeah. I mean, but I think that's why they brought Nia Jax in, so Rhea Ripley could have somebody to work with. Because they're going to kick off the Asuka Io Sky feud Friday night on SmackDown. So, you know, you're two of your more technically sound girls are going to be over on the other program. So on Raw, you've got, you know, Nia Jax comes out, attacks Rhea Ripley. There's a feud. If Jade comes in, there's a feud there. You know, who's Becky Lynch going to lock horns with now that she's rid the world of Trish Stratus? So,
yeah.
And I'll just go on record right now as saying, in my humble opinion, I think that Becky Lynch right now is the finest women's wrestler in the world. Charlotte's great, Asuka's great, Io's great, Rhea's great, but like as far as the complete package, when she went away and during the pandemic and had the kid and then came back and she was a lot slimmer, I remember thinking, I don't know, man. You know, she's gonna be, you know, still taking bumps, and a lot of these girls are now a lot bigger than her. It turns out I don't know shit, because she's like twice. I don't want to say twice because she was good before, but like she's even better now than she was before. So, you know, watch out. And if you have not seen that match with her and Trish inside that steel cage from Payback, Brian Danzig, especially you, need to go see that. That right. Becky smashes her head into the cage, rapid fire, about 25 times in a big freaking goose egg knot. You can just watch it grow in the match. It is so freaking, I don't know what to put. It's just metal, man. It was so fucking cool, you know. And there was a time that I was worried about like women's wrestling, like just going completely to shit. And I don't want to take a shit on the Bellas, but it was during their heyday.
Oh yeah,
when they were bad, you know, because we got Trish and Lita in the beginning, and they were awesome, and then it changed and became the Divas division and kind of went to shit for a while. And
I
now
think the Bellas was a Vince fetish.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, twin fetish.
I ever told you my? I'm gonna get ready to tell a creepy story.
So you do one about every week.
It's talking about the Bellas, just about when they were big. There used to be this creepy skinny Santa at Haynes Mall, and my children who are twins, we took them, and he said, what was he said to them?
It's like, oh, twins, like the Bella twins.
And then laughed. And then we quit going to that Santa.
Those are wrong kids say that to.
AC had a question. He said that Punk was on the UFC commentary and said that he had a couple of months to kill. And since considering now that both companies, both are owned by the same company, now UFC and WWE have merged. If that's maybe him hinting that he's going back to the WWE.
I don't see why not. I think that I agree with some of the other podcasters out there. Him and Cody Rhodes in a feud would be fucking money right now.
It would.
If they can keep him under control.
I think they will this time. I think they will.
Maybe now that there's maybe now that the McMahons don't have full ownership, maybe the UFC part can kind of keep things a little bit can change things enough to where they can keep Punk under control.
And there's different people that run the back now,
Yeah.
I don't, so maybe they would not have the same issues because they have such a strong team in the back now,
Yeah, and it's just that AEW, the way things are run, there's no way they could control somebody like Punk, but maybe WWE could. And
kind of going off of that, I was reading an article, an interview with Al Snow, because he was talking about, the show The Wrestlers on Netflix now, and they asked him what he thought about the CM Punk and AEW issues, and he said kind of the same thing that we said, and he's in that part of the business, like that Tony Khan, that you can either be people's friends or you can be respected. And he thinks he's more concerned with being everybody's friend, and he should worry about being respected, because Al Snow said that no matter what, there were plenty of times that he didn't like Vince McMahon, but he always respected him. And that's what's important in the back, is respect, and not somebody not wanting to be their friend.
Could be. Word has come out over the last couple of days that, surprise, surprise, Tony Khan lied to us about the number of paid people going into Wembley. Turns out it was about 10,000 less, and it's not the world record for a wrestling show. That's still being held by WWE for WrestleMania at the Cowboys Stadium a few years ago in Dallas, which, is believable, because, everybody knows how many people that thing will seat. It's like, for a football game is like pushing 90,000, I think. So that's not even with floor seating on there.
Yeah.
But so a wrestling promoter misleads the public.
Wow, shocking.
So breaking news there. And before anybody gets a panties in a bunch and like, well, you're picking on AEW. No, WWE does it too. So, 17,849. We are sold out here in Pittsburgh.
Hanging from the rafters.
Yeah, but yet you've got the giant Titantron and stage right in the middle of the floor. If there was a basketball court there, it'd be at half court, and your ring set off to one side. So, come on, they all.
Yeah. And my thing is, even without the record number, that's a pretty formidable amount of people buying tickets in the UK for AEW.
Yes.
If he had just taken that 10,000 off, everybody been like, wow, that is really impressive that he went over there to England, did a show, and got that many people.
But is a lot of that because they don't get it on a regular basis over there? In the United States, Raw and SmackDown, AEW, all those are filmed every week somewhere in some part of the country. So if you wait long enough, it's going to come to an arena near you
AEW goes to Chicago about every couple months, don't they?
Oh yeah, well I think they killed that.
Yeah,
they fired CM Punk. I think they Jim Crockett Promotions Starcade 87 that fucking town because you know the Road Warriors didn't win the World Tag Team titles and now and Starcade and Chicago went to shit not right away but pretty quick after that. So
and it's 2023. Everything can be researched now. Like, you know, it's just gonna, it took a couple of months, but like people are gonna figure it out. People are gonna figure out doors. They're gonna figure out those things. It's so just
there's some fan somewhere with a picture.
Yes.
Well, there's a group out there called WrestleNomics that tracks the business of wrestling, like building numbers, ticket sales, comps, all that shit. They track all of it. And they eventually this week they got some kind of report from Wembley, but I can't remember what it was. There's a cat.
Yeah,
there's a cat tail. There's the cat.
I thought y'all had a black snake in the house.
But I mean, it's stupid. It's stupid on any level to lie, whether it be all the way up to WWE down to Joe Money Mark.
Well, and that's the thing. But if you never notice, the ones who usually get caught in it are the ones whose their ego has made them brag so much about what they do, and then they over brag, and they say, "Yeah, we're so awesome," and then they have to keep that facade up.
I mean, it's just I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, just be happy with the numbers you actually drew.
Be happy with the number, because you know what you can do. You can always do better.
Yeah.
You know, if you didn't get the gate you thought you were going to get, like, okay, then next time you do something more and you get a bigger gate. Like, that's just what you do. And like, there's no use to like, I don't know why everybody can't just get along. Just you do your thing, I do mine.
It's not the competition they think some of these promoters think it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? As far as the numbers game goes.
You know, I think about another that promotional body that has a tendency to do some things that are a little shady from time to time that I'm a fan of, called NASCAR. And years ago, when they started having their decline in attendance and TV ratings and everything like that, they just said, "Hey, starting in 2013, we're no longer going to report attendance numbers." All right, fair enough. You know, you don't want to report it, that's great, but don't lie to me, right?
Right.
And it kind of ticked me off like a couple of times this year. They'll come on TV and be like, "Hey, this is such and such speedway is sold out," and the cameraman is shooting the grandstands, and you can see empty seats everywhere. I'm like, "Really? Sold out, eh?" So 3,000 people are too hungover to use their ticket and come in today. Okay, whatever you say, Jerry.
And that's what WCW did there towards the end, right? Like they would say they had a certain amount, and then you'd scan the camera, and there'd be the one section would have black tarp over it, so you wouldn't be able to tell that it was a section. You know, that didn't have anybody sitting in it.
It was bad. It was all, and I hate the one. There's no reason to. Like I said, just be happy with what you have. You know, don't say you drew 4,000 if the building holds, 1,500. I mean, people know.
Yeah, and just and if you're not happy with your numbers, you just work on your product, work on what you have to do, or give the people that are there a hell of a show. And then word of mouth will get it. And then you'll have little kids coming from the local high school to come see you every week.
You see that picture?
I did see that picture.
I'm going to show that picture. I'm glad you brought that up, Reagan, but I need to do our last commercial read. And
I have to get cat hair off of me. So
tinytigersrescue.org, everybody. So let's see here. This is Branch Management. They do landscaping work, gutter cleaning, all that kind of general contracting stuff around the house. I'm hoping you can see the pictures here. Ignore those phone numbers, everybody. But as you can see, pressure washing, it's getting that time of year for, autumn is very close. We're only a few days away officially. The weather will probably turn in about 3 weeks, but it's getting time to plant. So get ready for that. Call 336-648-2487. 336-648-2487. Again, Branch Management handles pressure washing, general contracting, gutter cleaning. They offer free estimates. And if you tell them you're a New York Giants fan, you might get a discount. I don't know. Can't promise you that.
Might get a cussing this year.
Yeah, the Giants had a rough day today. But the 49ers won. So, whoo, yeah, Justin Flash. If you're out there, they got it done. But anyway, 336-648-2487 for Branch Management. So thank them for their sponsorship. They were our first sponsor on the show, and they're still with us. So bless their hearts. Tease Treats, the food truck, locally owned food truck based in Mount Airy, now serving pickles again. I was very thrilled by that. Great pizza, delicious dogs, decadent desserts. They're selling a lot of ice cream yesterday, and just absolutely fantastic food. They're available for any event, music festival, athletic tournaments, street festivals, and wrestling shows, and plus anything else. You can call 336-755-8204 for their availability, or find out where you can see them at and sample the fare. It's absolutely delicious. Tease Treats. And Rick Diesel, where's Tease Treats going to be this week?
Well, this week is the Mayberry Days Festival in Mount Airy, and they're actually in negotiations with a couple of different places, and then we're just going to see. So they'll be somewhere in Mount Airy, possibly on 601 or downtown. So they have not secured it yet. I was hoping I could get Whistle Flap to come on here and tell us where, but no, wait a minute, I'll call it.
Whistle Flap.
Yeah.
That's a new nickname.
Well, let's see if she'll answer the phone.
Hello.
Hey, what are you doing?
Got company.
Who?
Justin Pike.
Oh, just tell him I said, shut up. Listen to me. Matt wants to know where the truck's going to be this week, since you're live on the air.
Listen, I don't know yet.
Well, I was telling him that you was in negotiations with a couple of different places, so
yes,
I didn't know if you'd got anything locked down yet.
Not on no Sunday.
Well, all right. I'm sorry, Matt. I tried.
All right.
But she will be somewhere in Mount Airy. Go to the Facebook page, Tease Treats, and it'll be announced. That's all I can tell you.
There you go.
All right. Bye.
So this surfaced today on Kevin Phoenix's Facebook page. Here we go. Take a look at that. Those are some kids from Mount Airy High School. Right.
That's merchandise selling right there, buddy.
Yeah. Look at all those t-shirts. So they started coming to the shows at the fair and were unaware that the wrestling was going on. And they've been coming ever since then. And the group seems to get bigger each.
They've added a girl.
Yeah.
And they're Mount Airy Granite Bears. Is that the correct name?
Yes. Yes.
Are undefeated in football this year and maybe making a run at another state championship. Is that right? They won last year, correct?
For as long as anybody can remember, Mount Airy's had one of the best football teams in their division, because you know how high school's set up.
Mm-hmm,
but in their division, they've dominated for years and years. I mean, they've had really good coaching and really good players. So, yeah.
Good coaching. Yeah, good coaching, especially at that age, is a big part of it. But some of these kids, I think, are with the soccer team as well. And so, but they've been coming every week. So glad to have them with us. And, so Granite Bears representing in the ring last night with Kevin Phoenix. Pretty cool, man.
Yes.
I could tell when I looked at the group, I was like, I can tell that those are athletes. They play football. soccer, so I could tell that they played some kind of sport in high school. So yeah, we may be seeing a couple of future AIWF stars in that group there.
Wouldn't that be something?
Never know. Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't that be something? But anyway, so yeah, that was a big deal. We're glad they come every week or every show, and glad to have them. So yeah, the next generation. Yeah. All right. So so we talked about the wrestling economics and lying about misleading people about crowd size. Jade Cargill.
You know, the crowd size thing, it touching on that one more time, it amazes me how many promotions that draw 50 people do it also. And they're really spot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, let's think about that. I made the mention of the ones who might say they drew 3,000 or 4,000 in a 1,500 seat building, but it's actually pretty damn bad. It's kind of a disease in the 40 and 50 seat fillers too.
I think it's more egregious at that level, because you'll see on social media sometimes you'll see somebody with a picture of the ring that they have angled themselves in a way to manipulate, you know, what you can actually see and what you can't. Like if there's a rope running through the middle of the picture or something, and you'll see one row of seats or two rows of seats with people sitting there, and maybe even a couple of them empty, and they'll be like, "We're sold out tonight." And you're shooting, you know,
my favorite is
to a broom closet.
My favorite is packed house.
Yeah, packed house.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's just, you know, like you can count, you know, I mean, and you can estimate, and, you know, and like I could see where some organizations that have odd seat setups might look, you know, deceiving. But, you know, if you just have 2 rows of seats and there's 6 people sitting on the front on each side, I mean, I can multiply 6 times 4.
Yep. We drew 24 tonight. We were completely sold out.
Don't use the word packed house. Just say awesome crowd.
Yeah.
Great crowd.
Right now, back in the day, you know, attendance was always iffy sometimes, you know, before the internet and stuff.
Oh, it's still iffy, believe me.
Well, I mean, but you can put on a hell of a show in front of 25 people and talk about what a hell of a show and how good the crowd was.
Yeah, awesome crowd. Because we was nervous about last night till right there near the end.
Yeah, and then everybody showed up.
Yeah, it was bizarre. We was all like, whoa, what? And then all of a sudden, it was like, whoa, what?
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I'm saying. Like, our pictures it's sometimes deceiving, because we have that whole section that you can only see, like,
yeah.
So you're not seeing everything else. And when you just got 4 rows, 2 and 2, I mean, it's very easy to.
With every light in the building on.
Yeah. What the hell is the deal with that? Why do some organizations not turn the fucking lights off?
Well, some can't.
You got them sodium lights that are like, if you're in certain buildings, you get them sodium lights in their own sections. You can't turn you leave just so many on. You turn them off, they all go off. So
and
I have to defend them on that one.
Yeah, and they're going to be off for a while too.
So that kind of explains some of I'm watching some old independent wrestling from North Carolina on YouTube right now.
Oh God.
It's ACW Chief Jay Eagle.
They're South Carolina.
No, these were running in Pembroke, around Pembroke.
Really?
Yeah, so a lot of it was in Pembroke and that area.
Okay, so I know Jay Eagle runs South Carolina for a while.
Yeah, so I don't know if but in 97, all the shows are like, are up in the mountains and stuff. So I thought that was interesting, but it's very interesting to watch. It's the Hardy Boys when they were
high voltage.
Matt Hardy was High Voltage, Will of the Wisp, but then their names were weird. Like they were the Hardy Boys, but they had really dumb names. Damn it.
Wasn't it like Zap
and Vulture or something like that? It was. but it's I've now found a playlist of this, and it's 1997, and
don't surprise me with Matt Hardy, but Matt Hardy, you are a national treasure. Yeah, you are something.
But it's like, you know, what was the guy? Les Parker
yeah,
was on it, and
I got some Les Parker trivia.
Yeah, well,
fire away, because I don't even know who that is.
Les Parker was in the room when the name of the AIWF was invented.
Oh,
who is the guy? Shannon Moore?
Yes, Les
young
Parker.
Kid.
Yeah, that's Jimmy Parker's dad.
Who's Shannon Moore?
No, Les Parker.
Oh, but
I'm not sure Shannon Moore's anybody's dad.
It's been fun to watch. It just popped up on my YouTube. Les Parker was the promoter of the show that I was on in Rockingham, North Carolina, back in the 90s. That he stuck me in a janitor's closet as a dressing room with Men on a Mission.
You got to be kidding me!
I don't know who Men on a Mission.
It's Mabel and
Lord!
It was me, it was the German stormtroopers back then. But it was me, Mo, and Tiny. I mean, you know, Tiny's what they called Mabel, and this white woman in a dominatrix get up that was their manager. We was all in a janitor's closet. Yes,
that's amazing.
At a bar. That's where I learned that Mabel, Tiny, was that son of a gun could draw. God dang, he was an artist.
Really?
Yes. Because that's what he does. He sat back in that janitor's closet and would do sketches.
Oh, I thought you meant he could draw a crowd.
Oh, no, he could draw. Yeah, I'm sorry. He was an artist.
Interesting. I was like, I'm just going to believe.
No, they didn't draw that good back then, but he was a hell of an artist.
That's okay.
Yeah. That's the big one in the middle there.
Yeah.
He would he'd sit back in that broom closet, that janitor's closet.
We might know. In my time, he was Viscera.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was Viscera after he joined up with the Undertaker.
And his partner Sir Mo, was the AIWF commissioner for a while.
Really? I did not know.
Yeah, he was. He was it before me. I've succeeded him, which I don't do shit with it either. But you know, we're just lazy people.
No,
but I would if the affiliates would use me more. But that's on them, not me, bro.
There's only so much we can do.
Yes.
Oh, and speaking of which, just a reminder for all you affiliates out there, this program was designed and created for you to come promote yourselves. The reason we don't is because
you don't.
So we promote the Mid-Atlantic. So there you go. But if you want to come on, you don't have to stay on the whole time, man. Just reach out to me, shoot me a message on Facebook, or
come on and do 5 minutes.
Or come on and give the rankings.
Yes, we need to get Matt Classic on here and go do a Champions overview course.
The only reason I've ever seen it now is because it was Justin Flash was tagged in it.
Yeah.
But I don't. That's neither here nor there. I'm new. I don't know him, so.
Yeah, but Matt Classic, if you're out there and listening, we need you to come on here and do a Champions overview. Talk to us about all the world titles and who the top contenders are.
That would be nice.
5-10 minutes. Yeah, be great.
Considering we have one of our own now, and possibly
give us 5 minutes every week or two, Matt Classic, to update everybody on what's going on in the AIWF.
Yeah, man.
It won't kill you.
All right. Well, that's about all the material I've got. Anybody else want to land any final thoughts on the wrestling fans before we go?
I want to give a shout out to AC. I saw that his boy Yuta was like pretty high on the 500 list.
Yes.
AC, I have to say, because I can't remember. Was it 83? Are you still on there, AC?
I don't know, but he's got a damn blood and guts action figure that I'm probably going to order and put on the mantle.
Oh, and then
I'm going to get an Adam Page.
Yeah, 63. And then Ty is on the list, but I don't know I don't keep up with it because
I don't do the 500.
Wait a minute, who? Ty Tyson?
That's what Justin Flash just said. Ty's also on the list.
Wow, Ty made the PWI 500 this year.
Where's he at?
I don't know. Ask Justin Flash. I'm just reading his text.
Well, you think Ty would tell me?
He probably doesn't know.
Maybe he doesn't know.
Oh,
If you told him, he'd probably be like, cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's call him and tell him.
Well, what happens if I'm wrong? Well,
we need to verify that.
Information.
God bless.
And I'm not subscribing to PWI Insider just to find that out. So
Do they still make a magazine?
Yes,
Like,
you got to order them online. It's subscription only. Mm-hmm.
Wonder if you can get back orders.
I think so. I haven't been on the website in a while.
I would love to get some because we don't have. I would love to get my hand on that one that's like the 4 pages about how we're more insane than ECW back then. So
yeah, I think that was, what was that? Inside Wrestling?
Was that Inside Wrestling? Aren't they all run by the same people?
Yes, they're all after.
They used to be. So
London Publishing.
all right, has Justin Flash said anything about?
No, he apparently Justin Flash came on 1 second, said that, and left.
That little shit.
Yeah, Justin Flash started.
Now
I'm looking now.
eBay. eBay. I was like AC's now saying eBay, and I'm like, what is he talking about? He's talking about getting the magazines. Oh God.
Yeah, that's going to cost more than I'd be willing to invest. That's for sure. But anyway, so
hey, hang on a minute. Oh, never mind. He was talking about the top 10 list for the AIWF.
Oh,
okay.
Well, that's
which I think is
he got
more
his
impressive.
list mixed up.
But let me tell you why I think that's more impressive. I mean, I'm not saying like the big guy, but like, you know, that actually means something in the wrestling biz to be in especially with the AIWF having so many affiliates. Being on that list to me is more impressive than somebody sending in your name for
Yeah, being in the top 10 out of 1,000.
Yeah,
is a whole lot more impressive than being out of the top 500 out of 500,000.
Or 493, as some people have put up recently. You'll have to ask me who off camera.
I probably don't want to know. I probably don't care, honestly.
Who is that?
I'm not gonna say.
I don't. Yeah, we might not be able to put that out there in the public.
492.
Is it 492?
Yes.
So you know who I'm talking about.
Well, yeah, I'm looking at the list right now.
Because I was only one behind. I was only one.
You
off.
do realize we really suck at cryptic messages, right?
Podcasting. Oh, I was going to say our numbers back that up. But yeah. No.
Hey,
ahead.
they don't know what they're missing. By God.
No, we've said too much now. At this point, we need to go ahead and spill the beans on who we're talking about, so the listeners know. Because I mean, you know,
they can do the research.
Yeah, let them work for it.
Well, we're here to entertain. You know,
I know, and it's very entertaining. Hey, look, I just went and went through the whole freaking PWI 500 looking for Ty Tyson's name.
Okay, so tell us who 492 is.
The person right before 493.
493, and the one after 491.
Right.
Man.
Come on, I got in enough bullshit over that.
I know, and I shouldn't talk shit because he's very popular around the area, and I shouldn't talk shit, and maybe he's mellowed out.
I will tell you this. I've always said that I don't like wrestling regulations. You know what I'm saying? I don't like the athletic commissions. I don't like them mandating wrestling because wrestling's, you know, it is what it is.
Right.
But if there ever was a regulation on pro wrestling in the state of North Carolina, I think they should do it on training, not running shows, training. I think they should regulate training, and they should only allow certain people to train. Like you have to meet requirements. You have to have done so much. You have to been so, you know what I'm saying? And I would be one of the first people to step up and say 492 would be a hell of a trainer. He should be on that list.
Technically, yes.
492 should be
technical wrestler. Yes, I will agree wholeheartedly.
Yes.
492 in his prime was one of some great.
And he's put out some hellacious wrestlers in the training.
Possibly one that we just talked about 5 minutes ago.
Right. right. They should, if they ever regulated anything in the sport of professional wrestling, regulate the training. Yeah. Have schools be regulated, have them be certified, have the trainers be certified, to get rid of these goddamn backyard trainers, people just training for the hell of it that ain't been in the damn business 2 years. Regulate the training. Don't worry about regulating the shows. Regulate the training. And if a state wants to get but cap the cost. Don't let them rape the students. You know what I'm saying? But they should have to pay for the training, and let the state tax the damn training fees if they want to get a little money off of it.
Yeah, I don't agree with regulating it at all. But that's
I don't. If they ever did,
if they did
regulate the training, because it would cut back on the injuries. It would cut back on every little Tom, Dick, and Harry getting into the business. It would keep from the flooding. It would cut back on the promotions.
Yeah.
The PWI 500 just lost all its weight with me. They have Andre Chase listed as 500, and that is the stupidest shit that I've ever seen. Well, this week, because I see stupid shit every week. But are you telling me somebody that's been in a prominent place on NXT for 2 fucking years, and has moved I don't know how much fucking merchandise, because half the damn studio audience looks like they're wearing Chase U shirts every year. I don't care if he's never won a match. He's been placed in a prominent spot on that show for 2 years. That run might be coming to an end now. I don't know.
Considering what we're just talking about with 492, that he's 500.
That is bullshit.
Right. It has to be, there's something. Yeah. Well, the thing about, never mind. Go
ahead and say it. It's the 500 is a work. Everybody knows it. It always has been.
Yeah.
You got to take it for what it is. I mean, because technically, I'll say it's a work because I was in there for like 6 or 7 years, and 4 of those years I wasn't even freaking wrestling anymore. They just kept putting me in there for no apparent reason. So you know what I'm saying? So
because back then it was whoever got the put the names in, like which promoters send the.
Well, they also went off the weekly. They had a weekly match results.
Yeah.
Remember the match results? Yeah, they did a lot of it. Now, they would take the names that people sent in, and then they would go through their match results and compile the list off of that, like the arena reports and stuff like that. That's the way they used to do it. I don't know how the hell they do it now, unless they just pick people out of a hat, which it looks like they do.
Because not only is Andre Chase, he's a great wrestler, but he's been around the world.
Yeah.
If you want to look at him before he was Andre Chase, you know what I'm saying?
he was in Ring of Honor. He's been in Japan.
Yes.
He's run he moved to England for a while to wrestle.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying it's still political. It's always been political.
I think once you get into I think if you look at the top numbers, maybe 50 and up, maybe that's based more on actual, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
The lower you, I don't know.
The lower you get, the more of a work it is.
Yeah, I'm just
hey, the AIWF at one time, do you remember, Brian, when we had 13 guys in it at one time?
Yeah, but now, there's so many big independent promotions out there that are pretty much independent in name, just because they're not the top 3, but they're big promotions. Now there's a lot of big promotions now. And so, because wrestling has gotten so popular that it gets, the smaller indies get pushed down because of that.
Speaking of that, Matt, whatever happened to Pro Wrestling Guerrilla? They still running?
They're still, I think
I haven't seen nothing on them in a while.
Well, I think they were gone for a while, and I think they've recently have had a resurgence.
Did they?
With
new Dragon Gate, it's gone, ain't it?
With new ownership.
Is Dragon Gate gone?
I think so.
I'm looking at the Pro Wrestling Guerrilla website. Founder Joey Ryan. Ew, it's going to get sticky.
That's why I say under new
management.
New management, yeah.
Like a convenience store.
Oh, this website.
Or a pizzeria.
There's no latest news.
Oh.
The last Twitter post they had was on July 24th, like they were selling tickets to a show. And I click on roster, there's nothing but a DVD catalog.
I just was listening to a podcast like a couple of months ago, and they were saying that they were going to a gorilla show, and so I was like, oh, are they back? And so yeah, I don't know anything much more than that.
Oh, that makes me
And she says he only has a key memory of 492 flipping out one night in Elkin.
Remember that night he wrestled the Jersey Kid in Mount Airy? And
you know what? In old 92, the old 92er, in his defense, that probably would piss me off too.
Yeah, he was in the right to do that. I enjoyed that thoroughly.
I'll defend anybody when they earn it. And if anybody wants to say that I haven't earned the right to say anything I've said, kiss my ass. I have
an opinion, and like opinions are like arseholes. Everybody's got one.
Yes, yeah. and I have mine, and
I
got
do too.
31 years backing mine up.
I like I said, my personal experience might be different than other people's personal experiences. Right. I'm basing my opinions on my personal experiences.
Me too.
So,
yeah.
Satire,
yes, satire. Acting. That's not satire.
That is my previous
experiences were not satire.
That's my safe word on this show.
You should get you a shirt that just says satire.
Satire.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm gonna go. I think we need to wrap this up because I need to go take some blood pressure meds after seeing that Andre Chase listed at 500. That's a little bit personal to me.
And I smell supper.
Oh,
it's about my bedtime.
Yeah, I got to get up early in the morning too. All right. Anyway, thanks for joining us, wrestling fans. We'll be back here next week, same time here on Facebook or wherever you find us on YouTube or your favorite podcasting platforms. Thanks for joining us. For Brian and Reagan and Rick Diesel, I am Mad Matt Carter. Until next time, wrestling fans, so long for now.
I'll see you later.
Waka, waka, waka.
Satire.